Okay, folks, it's 9 o'clock. We're going to get started. And before I bring to the table the speaker of the hour, a powerful, phenomenal person, I'd like to just give a shout out to someone near and dear to all Sankey Global 2020 Journey Partners. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your transparency. Thank you for your tirelessness. Thank you for your fearlessness. Thank you for your multitaskability. That's my word. Thank you for your faithfulness. Thank you for your undaunting servability. If not for you, none of us would be on this call or have this phenomenal opportunity. Thank you for your love. From all of us at Sankey Global 2020, thank you, Queen Dr. Helen Delahousse. Now, folks, it is my plum-pleasing pleasure to bring to you the powerful, dynamic speaker of the hour. He and I grew up in the same city, Memphis, Tennessee. We went to the same high school, Booker T. Washington, and graduated the same year, 1968, when Martin Luther King was killed. And we both had the same goal, to become doctors. He went on to become a world-renowned gastroenterologist. That's a gut doctor. And the products at Sankey basically deal with the gut, with the digestive system, because that's where the problem lies in most sicknesses. He has been sought after by several prestigious hospitals and institutions. Are y'all listening to me? He has spoken to and taught at many doctors' forums. He worked at the Cleveland Clinic, which is the world-renowned Gastro and Cardiovascular Institute. He is the wonderful husband. His wife's name is Kim, and he has raised several at-risk young men. I bring to you now my friend, my fellow student, my co-partner, Dr. LANEY. Dr. LANEY, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me, Dr. Franco?
I can hear you well. Take it away, my brother.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, and it's good locking arms with you for health and wellness, like we've done for many times before. And I look for us to go forth and keep doing it. Our passions and compassions are the same. I want to just start off by thanking God for the opportunity to be involved with Sankey. I want to thank Dr. Helen Delahousse and her husband, Dr. Edward, for giving me this opportunity to go globally with this company, along with the CEO, Jose Arvide, for giving me this opportunity. I worked with Dr. Helen for many years on other direct sales companies, and we have been able to impact people's lives in big ways. I myself, my life has been impacted quite a bit. And without any further ado, I'll go right to it. But Dr. Helen, we are still praying for your strength as you are our leader. We're praying for you and Dr. Edward to go forth, and the miracle of what has happened with Eric. And people have to go to WhatsApp to see him up and eating and everything. This is what we prayed for. This is what God has done, and we are grateful. We're grateful for his healing, his miracle, just like we're grateful for the miracles that are going to happen through us using these products and going forth. First, I want to just start off by letting you all know that we're going to be just saying a few words about the products and the science of the products, and then I'm going to have my wife say a few words, and then we're going to have testimonies from Dr. Dwight Smith, who's just recently got involved in the company, as well as our cousin Terry McGriff, who's gotten involved in the country, has a powerful testimony, especially about arthritis. He's tearing this company up. Now, first off, I just want to say I'm going to come from two different vantage points. People might not have heard me speak this way in the past, but I want to talk about the three B's, and that's actually bowels, blood, and body regulation. And first off, being a gastroenterologist, I've been a gastroenterologist for 36 years now. I've been an MD for 42 years, and I've actually studied and gone into and utilized alternative health for about 45 years. And I've been all over the world. and I've seen many people die and have conditions that could have easily been treated and taken care of with some of the things that I am seeing here in Sankey. Well, let me just start right off by saying the bowels. As a gastroenterologist, there are 30 feet of bowel, and in that bowel there are three major parts, which is the esophagus, where we swallow our food, the stomach, where we actually churn the food, the small intestines, where we absorb our food, and the colon, where we actually water down the food and push it out of the body, the waste. Many of the things that are happening that we see in Sankey are happening because of what's going on or what should be going on in the gut. Um, I've seen many people come in having problems that are addressed by Sankey. Constipation so bad, including children, where they're only having one bowel movement once a month, when you should move your bowels much more often than that. So many people around that you see, they're having constipation and having digestive problems, even if they don't say. I've seen many times where people weren't having a absorption properly of their food. Most of our absorption happens right in the small intestines, the first part of the small intestines. And we're going to talk about how Sankey has done research and gotten on top of just what happens in the bowels, which is near and dear to my heart, and in reference to the immune system, where 70% of the immune system is in this 30 feet of bowel. And the one thing that really has been a hallmark of what this company has done after 40 years of research, they have been the first ones to show that when a person eats a fatty meal, the the free radicals that are released can migrate from the stomach itself, mainly occurs in the stomach, into the bloodstream. And this is one of the big reasons for a lot of the disease that happens. Most of the disease that happens in our body is happening because of inflammation. It's happening at the cellular level. And we in conventional medicine for many years have missed that with giving medications that put a band-aid on much of what's happening in the body without going down to the cellular level to actually address it. So that is the gut. I'm going to be saying things about the bowel, about the gut as we go forth. As I got involved in the bowels, I was noticing that uh, the immune system, which 70% of the bowel is the immune system. The immune system is at the core of everything that happens or doesn't happen for us. And we're going to talk about how Sankey actually has related to that. Now, next, the blood. The blood is the center of everything that happens. I mean, the Bible says very, very clearly that the life of the creature is in the blood. And we found out that if the blood doesn't circulate, or if it's not made to be as energetic as it needs to be, then it will not regulate the body, and we will live shorter lives. So I'm going to be talking about a tremendous product that this company has that not only energizes the blood products, these products energize the blood, but it also helps with the blood circulation. And that is one of the main things that stops the inflammation in our bodies. And the third thing is body regulation. I have studied this company, and I have gone in and looked at many of the research manuals and everything. I'm really impressed with the fact that they did research for 40 years before they even started utilizing the products. And the products have been used for 10 years with many, many testimonials, a couple we're going to hear tonight. But the whole aspect of what Dr. Bijit Adeas really did. Now, here's a man who is the head of antioxidant society there in Japan. He has done so much research trying to get down to the bottom of what it is that will allow our body to regulate itself and live long. In Japan, there are so many people that have lived to be over 100. It's one of the places in the world where there are more people living over 100 than any other place in the entire planet. And much of what this company has done with nutrigenomics and biotechnology has done things to help people live longer. And this is one of the key elements I'm going to be speaking to tonight, and that is longevity. Dr. Helen said something down in Florida when I first got introduced to this company back in November 15th. She said, we have the power to create a new story. And everyone in this company does have a power to take dominion in this season and go forth to do things that these products are allowing the body to do, such that we can live longer and have a brand new story that we are healed and we're functioning better, and that our overall outcome is going to be better than what the evil one wanted it to be. Well, let me just say something about inspiration of this company. Like people ask me, what's the big deal? Big deal, BIG. I'm going to approach that tonight very quickly. BIG, B, benefits, I, ingredients, and G, the goals of what the body really is supposed to do or what the body needs. One of the inspirations of Sankey is that way back there were studies done and they found an organism that's capable of producing high levels of antioxidants. This is called a sea urchin. Why the sea urchin? Well, because it's been considered the most ageless animal, living more than 200 years. Now, here's the whole thing. Why the sea urchins rather than looking right at humans? Because surprisingly, the sea urchins are similar to humans in that they share 70% of the human genes. And this is what the patented Orazad enzyme is all based upon, this particular discovery. Now, why is that important? A lot of people say, well, if you have longevity, you have longevity because of genes. That's not true. Uh, there's only 30% of what we get from our genes that give us longevity. So the other 70% come from what are we eating, what is the body doing, and what are we doing to help the body. Now, the second inspirational item for this company was mitochondria. Now, what is mitochondria? Well, what they do is provide the cell with the energy that it needs to move and divide and contract. In the cell itself, if a person has poor mitochondrial function in that cell, which has to deal with the ATP, the DNA, and giving us energy, then that is going to be related to insulin resistance, where a lot of people are having diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and obesity itself. So these are the inspirations in this company. Now, what I found in terms of nanotechnology, what in the world is nanotechnology? Everybody's throwing this term around. What does it really mean? Nanotechnology is simply relates to two different things. One is that you have to have po- molecules that are small enough that they can go across the blood-brain barrier and be utilized in every area of the body, as well as small enough to be easily broken down and absorbed. I'm saying absorbed in the small intestines, the duodenum. Now, what Sankey has done was develop a very nice system with the ingredients that it has that are encapsulated in this what's called an advanced delivery system. And these ingredients they act to protect against anything externally that we're having in our body, like free radicals, all kinds of harmful bacteria. But this system that they came up with, it protects these ingredients, these ingredients that help us so much from the acids in the body, the gastric acids. So therefore, this allows this system to allow have us to absorb all our ingredients in a way that has not happened before from anything that I have seen. So not only are they absorbed, but they're transported over into the blood, and then they're able to act right down in the cells and in the mitochondria. So this is the whole nanotechnology. What is bioavailability? Bioavailability is just simply that now that the way these things are broken down and absorbed, it is present so the body can recognize them. Many of the ingredients that are in our products, they have been around for a long time and for thousands of years. So when you adequately present them to the body can recognize them, and that's bioavailability. And with the Sankey products, they've made it such that with these particular enzymes, it's a patented enzyme system. It allows them to be recognized more readily by the body. And what does that do for the body? Well, it improves the detoxification of the liver. It increases the brain energy. It actually happens to help to break down these free radicals because it reduces the levels that the fat comes in and does something called peroxidation. And what it does is it keeps the fat cells built up, but this allows the fat cells to be broken down. And we're going to talk about the product that does that. So we're not going to hold you long tonight. I'm going to get right to it, but I wanted to just start off with those bits of information. I am very excited about the whole antioxidant scenario because it's really the antioxidants themselves that this company is dealing with. And why antioxidants? Because what they have done is looked at many antioxidants, as many that they chose not to even use. That's why it's taken 40 years. And they have their own farms. They have farms throughout the entire world. And for instance, one of the main products that's being used, we talk about rosemary, and rosemary is they have their farms in Spain. We talk about olives and olive oil. They have their own farms there in France. So there was a collaboration between uh, France and Japan and Mexico that came up with this blue ocean strategies. What is that? That's saying that, look, we want to work with people's health such that they have 100-year legacy. We want to work with people such that they can live 100 years and function better and not have to have cancer and heart problems and everything. And we never hear that way in conventional medicine. So the whole pretense of this company and the research that's gone past has really put us at a place where there's an advantage for living 100 years. Now, let me just say a word or two about some of the products, and then I'm going to go and let my wife and Dr. Smith and Terry say a word or two. We have four products, and the products have been spoken about all during the day today. And I want to just mention one of the main flagship products that's been around for 10 years, and that's called Balaj. Balaj is a super antioxidant. I talked about the enzyme system itself, but what happened is with that antioxidant system, it causes modulation of gene expression. And what does that do? That causes metabolic body actions to happen extremely fast. So therefore, when people are taking the microscanner, and I'm gonna mention that just a second, they actually can be able to test for themselves what is happening at the cellular level, what is happening at the level of circulation. And this happened especially in mitochondria. There are trillions of mitochondria in the body. What we need to do is make sure that we're having enough water. It takes water to do many of the things that we're finding out here in the earth. That's why one of our products goes down into the 321 meters deep under the surface of the sea to get some of these things that are so pure. But our body is 70% water, and it's also 70% the mitochondria with the cells. So here we are uh, producing more energy because of this spillage, and we're decreasing oxidative stress. What does this do? When you decrease oxidative stress, this allows the cells and the immune system themselves to have us live longer and live easier with better sleep, better energy, and better metabolism. I wanted to just say a word about what is inside of the bellage. The bellage, as we have mentioned about rosemary, it has rosemary and it has olive extract. It also has spirulina and turmeric. We can talk and say a lot about these things, but rosemary itself is something that helps to regulate the immune system, and it helps to go in and help the circulation itself and helps us with memory. Um, the Inner Seven is the product that you can take that actually has magnesium and minerals in it, and it helps to balance the pH in the body. We should have our pH balanced because in the blood should be a pH of 7.35, 7.45. Uh, but people have to be careful taking things like alkaline water to try to uh, alkalinize the body because the body has to have its own system of certain acids and certain alkaline parts. Like for instance, the muscles are acidic with 6 as a pH, and the stomach is acidic with a pH of 1 to 3, and the large intestines are acidic as well as the urine is acidic. So you want to have a product like this that goes in at the cellular level and helps to make us have a pH balance. And I don't think you hear that from many products and many companies. The Crenewit, and I'm gonna turn it over and have my wife speak, is a product that is such a good product because it decreases the fat cells and decreases the creation of new fat cells. Actually, it allows us to prevent obesity and allows us to master obesity. What it does is help you to lose body fat while you're asleep. And it does that by what's called glycation. And what is glycation? That is decreasing the amount of sugar that combines with the proteins. And what does that help with? It helps with metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is decreasing the blood pressure, the sugar, and being overweight. So the last thing I want to mention is Asaki. Asaki is really a protein drink, not necessarily a, a what's called a meal replacement. And it's a protein drink that does what? Well, it has different types of proteins in it, and as you take the proteins, and that's rice protein and whey protein, what you end up doing is giving enough protein to the cells, especially the mitochondria, to go in and help you not to age. This is an anti-aging phenomena. Well, more and more we could talk. We could say many, many things about the metabolites and what their compounds that have to be involved in every chemical reaction. It helps the body at the cellular level, and the company has its own cacao bean um, farms in Mexico, and we know that this helps the good bacteria rise up and the bad bacteria be decreased. So on and on and on. I'm going to get back on the end of the call and close it out with just making a suggestion of how people can actually take the products daily the way I do. But I want to bring my wife to the line and just have her say a word or two. My wife, we've married almost 31 years. We raised 7 at-risk boys, and we have been all over the world. She's an inventor and she's a marketer, and herself has actually gone in with sales and of several Fortune 500 companies. And I want you to hear what she says about this company. Kim, are you there?
I am there. I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much, honey. That was wonderful. That was exciting. Whenever he speaks, I listen. This is a man that wakes up every day with my happiness as his priority. He is a good and great man, and I certainly do honor him. And what he says is always educational, always interesting, always making me a better person. But I am going to briefly just share my testimony of what I think about Sankey and move out of the way so that other people can share their testimony as well. My name is Kim Laney, and I am the wife of the my name is Kim Laney, and I am the wife of Lee Laney, Dr. Lee Laney. And I love these products. I love them because number one, they help my body to heal itself. And that within itself is very, very important because what I realize is that if my body doesn't heal itself and I go to the doctors, the medical doctors do not study holistic, alternative, help your body heal itself medicine. Their solution to your problem is going to be medicine. It's going to be pharmaceuticals. It's going to be big pharma. And those things come with their own side effects and their own problems that will, in some cases, make your body worse than when you started off. And I do not want to be a slave to pharmaceuticals. So anything that will help my body regenerate, that will give me more energy, and which this product has certainly given me more energy. I sleep well, and I've even lost a few pounds. So with that, I will say that this is an excellent product, and I love the momentum of the company. Nobody wants to follow a parked car. When you are in motion, when you're in momentum, that's when people want to get on board. And we have found that people today want to be healthy, they want their bodies to be regenerated, and they don't want to take pharmaceuticals. So I am excited to be on board with a company that has momentum and has products that are life-changing. And with that, I will turn it back over to my wonderful husband, Dr. Lee Laney. Thank you.
Thank you so much, honey. I love you so much for your service and for going out with your compassion with people. I want to bring on Dr. Smith and have him say a few words. Dr. Smith is an internist. I've known him for over 30 years, and he has actually been in Michigan practicing, and he's been one of those people that's been around at the community level and helping so many different people. He actually was helping to prescribe things for us as physicians while we were having our big work schedule. Myself and another gastroenterologist, we had him call us some things in that would help with a lot of the sinus, nasal drainage type stuff that was going on from a lot of vents we had before. So I just remember him, and he helped walk my mom down the aisle when my wife and I got married. Dr. Smith, just say what Sankey means to you, and it's a few words. Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? All right. Well, let me move on to Terry, and we're going to get him unmuted. He's on the call, but we'll see if we can get him unmuted. All right. And next, I want to bring to the mic uh, Terry McGriff, who is our cousin, and she is a person that is tearing up Sankey and getting in here, doing things. She is a co-founder and an ambassador, and uh, she has a daycare business herself, and she's involved in things over the years in terms of teaching, and now here she is in this company. With a wonderful testimony about what Sankey is doing for her. Let's hear from Terry McGriff right now. Terry, you're there.
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Go on, take it away.
Oh, great. Good evening to everyone. Yeah, my name is Terry McGriff, and I'm out of Delaware, Newcastle, Delaware. I just want to share a quick testimony. I don't want to keep you too long, but I was in a car accident a couple of years ago, and I I was rear-ended, and it hurt my back. For the last 2 years, my back has been a mess. I've had several ablations done on different levels of my back, which helped a great deal. So with the, I have a, a licensed daycare that I run out of my home. So I have different age children, and I stay on the floor. So for the past 2 years, it's been hard for me to get down on the floor, but I get down anyway because I love what I do. I tell my parents, give me time to get to the door because it's going to take me a minute to get up and get to moving. So I decided to take this Sankey, join the company, and I started the Hisaki and everything. And I did that because I was looking to lose a couple of pounds because of the holidays. I put on a little bit of weight, and I wasn't focused on anything else. But I got down on the floor with the children one day, and I got straight up, and the spirit said to me, "Did you see what you just did?" And I was like, huh? And I got back down on the floor and stood right up and kept it moving. I said, I couldn't believe it. And it was only like maybe a couple of days. I don't know when it started, me getting up and down off the floor, but it was amazing. I went into the kitchen, I started dancing, I came back out and the kids were dancing. I was down on the floor, up, I was ready to do somersaults, crazy. But I mean, I am in love with these products. The arthritis that the car accident brought out is now dormant. So I can touch my toes. I can move my body in ways that I used to be able to move them and couldn't after the car accident. This is simply amazing. And I've taken off pounds as well. And I'm just so amazed. I am so amazed. Dr. Laney, thank you so much for this opportunity that you offered to me. And also with that testimony, I want to tell you about a friend of mine in New York who had lost his brother of a massive stroke. And he had been, my friend had been going through blood pressure issues. And I gave him a sample and told him, you know, how to take it and everything. And he told me he wanted to clean himself out and he wanted to do this and that. And I said, listen, your pressure was up to like 190 over 130 something. So it was really high and I was a little bit worried. So I told him, I said, listen, don't clean it, just drink it. Drink the Belage. And after you drink it, send me a text or call and tell me how it tasted. That way I know you drank it. So he did that. And he called me back within like a half an hour and told me that his blood pressure went down from the 190s to the almost what was it, 100s or 120s or something like that. But it went down drastically to 120 over like 90, 80 something. I was like amazed. So he ordered it. He ordered it right away, and he's got it and he's taking it now. He shared it with a friend of his who doesn't like the medications, and she started taking it, and her blood pressure is now stabilized. So Sankey is here, and it's here to stay, and I love it. And Dr. Laney, I'm going to hand it back over to you because I can go on and on and on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Terry, for your obedience and for all the people you're stimulating. Just kind of tearing up Pennsylvania and the New York area there with this Vision 2020. I want to see if we're just about at the end of the call. I want to see if Dr. Smith was back on the call. If he could pick up, Dr. Dwight Smith. Okay, well, we'll go on. I have some closing remarks, and we want to be through at half after the hour. So my closing remarks is just two things. Number one, about the micro scanner, and number two, how I recommend taking the products. The micro scanner, there used to be a first generation micro scanner with a big monitor, it was larger and everything, but this is a second generation micro scanner. You can just put it right in your hand. It fits like a oversized pen, and you put it right on your nail, and it's connected to your cell phone. Do you all hear what I'm saying? Normally, as doctors, we have all this apparatus in the office, and you can't really see what's what. But you can get this micro scanner yourself. Hooks up to your cell phone, and your cell phone will be your monitor screen. So what you can do is just take the Belage, just take one Belage. After drinking the Belage in 20 minutes, you'll be able to tell a difference on the scan. You scanned before, and on slides, and in future talks, we're going to have the doctors all come together, and we're going to be talking about before and after pictures and putting up some of these things we're rushing through tonight. But you just you take one Belage after you've scanned the fingernail and taken pictures, and then in 20 minutes you check the scan again, and you'll see that there's been a change in the circulation. What is really happening with this? We're seeing that the circulation is enhanced, the tissue is enhanced, there's tissue repair, and you can see the capillaries move properly, and you can see that they're actually you can see that the circulation is better just in that short period of time. And so I just wanted to mention that to you all. And the last thing I want to say is taking the product. We do it in 3 different ways. After we get in the morning, pray, and we take a few exercises, we consume 4 amounts of water. It can be 8 ounces or whatever you want to take, or the shakers of Sankey. Why is this so important? Because the products work better with water. Everything in the company works better with water. You can have a healthy breakfast in terms of 10 days. The 10-day system of getting started is a very good one. And then just have a small breakfast of 200 300 calories. Then you take your Belage and Inner 7. You can take them together, but again, remember to take them with 16 ounces of water. Then at breakfast, late breakfast or early dinner, whatever, you can take the Hasaki and take a shake. It really puts your proteins in place, so the anti-aging process is put in full gear. And then in the evening, you can drink the Quinui Fire as a tea and 8 ounces of hot water. I'm saying that because your fat can be melting away at nighttime, as well as you getting very good sleep. Now that's the end of our call. We're 33 after the hour. We wanted to try to get it in a 25-minute timetable, but we had a lot of information to give you all. I wanted to just say, you that are on the call, get back with the people that asked you to come to the call. They are trying to speak a blessing in your life. They're just trying to give you more energy and more of the tools you'll need to have the power to create a new story. So thank you all very much. Thank you for the people being on the call. Thank you very much, Dr. Franco, for your introduction, your kind introduction. And let's go to the top together. And thank you for Vision 2020. God bless you all. Have a wonderful night. Happy New Year.